Hello, welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, and this week we'll be talking about What If, Episode 6, What If Killmonger Saved Tony Stark? Um, yeah, What If Killmonger Saved Tony Stark? This was a very interesting episode. It had some twists and turns I didn't expect, and I really enjoyed seeing Killmonger come back into the MCU, even if it was only for a moment. And now we're going into spoilers. Spoilers. Okay. What if Killmonger saved Tony Stark? Well, let's just see. The Watcher went through a whole thing talking about showing, the processes that, Tony Stark went through to become Iron Man and how he saved the universe and brought everybody back. But yeah, since Killmonger was there at the beginning of Iron Man 1 when the trucks blew up and Tony didn't get blew up by one of his own weapons and the shrapnel didn't go into his heart, Killmonger was there to throw it away. He didn't have to go in the cave with a box of scraps and build him a new Iron Man suit to get away, therefore changing the way he felt about the weapons altogether. As we saw from the next scene where there's the press conference from Iron Man 1, and instead of Tony saying that, we need to pull back and do something else with these weapons, no, he went hard, super hard. Yeah, we need to make all the weapons we can and protect the young people and do everything we can to protect our soldiers and this, that, and the other. And named Killmonger his head of security, which, of course, didn't make Happy very happy. Didn't make Happy very happy. So then Killmonger wasn't done. He then proceeded to expose Obadiah Stane, the COO of Stark Industries during Iron Man 1, as the person behind the whole attack in the first place that tried to kill and take out Tony. And so then in the end turned around and gave him his job. Now he's the COO. So Killmonger looked like he was pretty satisfied with himself with these developments. And he continued to manipulate Tony with telling him that, because he is an MIT grad, that he was working on something, a big giant bot, and that he needed some help. He couldn't figure it out. And of course, Tony, being the tinkerer that he is, decided to go ahead and help him with that. And so they commenced to building this Gundam-style bot. They changed a few things, but basically it was a Gundam, because in real life, Michael B. Jordan is an anime fan, and I appreciate them throwing that little touch in there, seeing that Gundam. So they proceed to do that, and they realized that they needed a power source after a montage of failed bots. Tony whimsically comes up with the idea to shrink the arc reactor and use it as a power source, but then tosses that idea aside, and Killmonger decides to say, hey, I could use vibranium. He pulls out his father's ring from Black Panther, and interestingly enough, both of these items, the arc reactor and Killmonger's ring, are items that belonged to their fathers, started by their fathers. They kept them close to their hearts, at least Tony did when he had the arc reactor in his chest. And that they're flipping the script on that. And now it's Killmonger whose father is being the main person to get this thing going and to build this armor and to have it powered by something from his father. Thought that was an interesting little touch they threw in there. In the process of all of this, they decide, well, we need vibranium, then we're going to have to go to Ulysses Klaue. Yes, Klaue, who they killed in the Black Panther movie, who Killmonger killed in the Black Panther movie. They decided to go to him. And so that the company could save face, they decided to use the U.S. government, and i.e. in comes Rhodey, who had already, told Pepper that, everything's cool with, Killmonger, he all right, But so they used him to go and talk to Klaue about getting this vibranium, a ton of vibranium. And that didn't turn out so well because, of course, who shows up to collect this vibranium and who had been searching for Killmonger for like ever? Black Panther. Oh yeah, Black Panther, baby. T'Challa. He was there. He came in, he did his thing, whooped all of Klaue's people's ass, and while Klaue hid, and took the gun from the American soldier, and all of a sudden here come Killmonger with the sonic taser gun the sonic taser that's been turned into a gun from Iron Man 1. And took out Black Panther. I was so hurt to hear T'Challa, to hear Chadwick Boseman, to see Black Panther in animated form whooping these guys' ass, and then here come Killmonger with this damn sonic weapon, the same kind of sonic technology that Black Panther used in the Black Panther movie to help take out Killmonger in the vibranium mines. Yeah, it was sad. And he took him out, killed him, bam, he was dead. And it was sad to see that. On top of that, he then turned around and killed the black soldier that was there. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he just killed 2 black people to push forward his agenda to help all black people, or oppressed people, as he put it, throughout the world, which he really meant was black people. Anybody of color that was being oppressed, he wanted to try to help them. But he's just going about it so wrong way. And it just spoke to, what we see going on today with, black people killing black people. Is the black on black crime is out of control. We want to, and the soldier said, well, you got to be part of the system to try to change the system. And Killmonger said, no, you can just always burn it down. And I think I agree with the original soldier's viewpoint on that. Yeah, you got to be in it, so you can see the inner workings, see how you could tear it apart from the inside, see how you could change it, even manipulate it from the inside. You burn it all down, then you start with what? You got what left? You doing what then? You got to build something new, and then what if people don't go along with that? Gonna burn that down too? So yeah, some systems that are in place are beneficial, but not all of them. And so I agree with the first part of that. Anyway, yeah, he had to kill 2 black guys to further his plan. So I thought that was just an interesting note that was in this episode of this show. After which, he then has Claw take him to Wakanda and show him the borders of Wakanda. And he showed him the border wall. And then, even if Killmonger was going to kill Claw to begin with, he pretty much solidified it when he called Killmonger boy. Yeah, you don't want to have a white guy calling a black guy boy. That's not going to turn out so well. The look on his face said it all. And he said Wakandans are something else, and shot him dead and used his body like he did in Wakanda, in Black Panther, as currency to get into Wakanda. And met with the royal family. T'Challa's father was still alive at this time, because this is during the time frame of Iron Man 1, mind you. And so that means Shuri's still like a little kid. She's maybe 12, 13 maybe. So yeah, nobody trusted him except, everybody was willing to give him a chance except for Shuri. She like, what? This dude? No way. But everybody being freshly sore from the loss of T'Challa. And here's this young man coming in. He's a lost soul from Wakanda, coming in, warning them about the robots that they got now, that the U.S. government got, because he framed Rhodey, that was the black soldier, as the one who killed T'Challa. And so now the U.S. government wants to go to war with Wakanda, who they think is a third world country. They got these bots fueled by vibranium at the borders of Wakanda. And so, Killmonger tells them, y'all should let them in, close the wall down, and then that'll cut off the signal from Jarvis that was controlling the bots. And so after some convincing, T'Chaka said, okay, we'll do that. And so they do that, and they thought it was all over. But then Killmonger said, no, I want more than just to have a home, So he had a secret control, and he pressed the button and reactivated the bots. And so Queen Ramonda, oh yeah, she's the general of the Dora Milaje, and she went out there, led the army, and whooping these tin cans, as I'm gonna call them, asses. But they were starting to get a little hurt by it, and so then Killmonger did what he did. He hopped on one of the armored rhinos from Black Panther and led another charge to separate the teams and help them take out the bots that he had already set up to help hurt them. And so in the end, it made him look like he was really a savior. He came up with a plan to save them. He jumped into the fight to help them when they needed it, and so he had really garnered the trust of the Wakandans, except for Shuri, as we'll see. And so from that, T'Chaka decided to make Killmonger the new Black Panther. And with all of that, we thought, it was going to be a one and done deal, that it was going to be one. Killmonger got what he wanted, got rid of T'Challa, became Black Panther. He got a home now in Wakanda, and he got control over all this vibranium and all this other stuff. So it's kind of messed up. But by the end of this episode, Pepper Potts, Pepper and Shuri have come up with a plan, or at least they intend to stop Killmonger. And I can't wait to see what they're going to come up with, because according to the previews that I've seen, it looks like they're going to come up with something, and that's going to have to stop Killmonger. Or is Killmonger going to get a change of heart from being in Wakanda? I don't know. He seemed pretty hell-bent and determined. He killed Iron Man. He killed Tony Stark in a brutal battle that they had once Tony found out that he was the one who set up the whole war in the first place. Yeah, that was terrible. Stabbed him, pinned him to a wall, then chucked the spear even further into him, and that killed him. He killed 3 people. He added some scars to his body. It was interesting to see that Killmonger went through all of this for his goal of trying to free oppressed people. But it seemed like in his goal to free oppressed people, in turn, he was going to be oppressing others. And not the greatest plan in my opinion, but he went hardcore with it. And I gotta say, he pretty much, for the most part, succeeded in what he was trying to do. But like I say, I don't know what Pepper and Shuri got in plans for him, but it ain't gonna be good for him. I can't wait to see what that's gonna happen. So that's pretty much what happened in this week's episode of What If. It was an awesome episode. It was awesome to see Killmonger back. It showed you why he was so freaking smart. He was a freaking genius, and why they should have never killed him in the MCU in the first place. He could have been around just like Claw for a while, because both of them awesome characters, especially working together. But then maybe not, because every time it seemed like Killmonger found a way to kill him, kill Ulysses. So maybe that wasn't a good team, but both of them are very good villains, and I wish they hadn't killed them in the main live-action MCU. But they're gone. Then again, with this What If series, you never know what's going to happen. It's a few characters that's going to be coming back. Or coming into live action, I'll say. I'm not going to say coming back. We really don't know until we actually see it or get confirmation from Marvel themselves. But can't wait to see what's going to happen next and how this storyline is going to all come together. I mean, it's getting kind of wild and crazy, and each time they end the episode, it's left on the cliffhanger like, well, this isn't the end. So what's going to happen? What's it going to be? See you guys next week for episode 7 of Marvel's What If. Hope that we can have a discussion down in the comments below about this. Tell me what you think is going to happen. How you think Pepper and Shuri going to deal with Killmonger now, aka the new Black Panther in their universe. I can't wait to see. Talk to you guys next week. See you then.